Window or aisle?
100% window.
If you were a pilot, which aircraft would you fly?
Would you take a £5 flight if you had to stand all the way?
Oh, could you, depends where to. So if any of you want to go on a quick flight over to Barcelona, yes.
There we go.
Barcelona. Again, you have to think in perspective, is it long haul or short haul? And finally, what is the best deal you've come across?
Best deal?
Yes, best deal. Hello and welcome back to Transit Talks, the podcast where we talk about transport issues across the UK and around the world. Today in this video, I'm going to be interviewing my friend Alfie, discussing about aviation, specifically cheap budget airlines. So Alfie, hello. Could you give us a brief introduction about yourself, please?
Of course. So hi, my name is Alfie and we are in this wonderful place in Cambridge and we're filming this podcast, which I'm thrilled about because I've been listening for months and now it's come the opportunity for me to be in the podcast, which is very, very exciting.
Okay, thank you. So in the structure of this interview is I'm going to be asking some questions and like the motto of Transit Talks, we're just going to keep the conversation moving. We're just going to talk about the challenges of budget airlines and just aviation in general, what the future may look like, all things like that, as well as focusing on sustainability, something that this podcast focuses on a lot.
Of course.
So to start off with on sustainability, is aviation becoming more sustainable?
Oh, that's a good question to begin. I would say yes, it is becoming more sustainable in a way. For instance, like with Jet2, they have literally, their main focus years ago was the Boeing 737-800s, but now they're starting to implement new aircraft with the Airbus fleet. I think it's an A321neo, isn't it? With both of their liveries. So it's nice to see the budget airlines, the main budget airlines, for instance, with Jet2, for example, to be implementing sustainable routes and sustainable ways to keep,
And also just the aerodynamics as well, and less fuel consumption as you go further distances. And I mean, as we're going to be talking about later, the brand new A350-1000 ULR took a look at the engineering crew took a look at all the areas such as how far you can get on one tank of fuel. And eventually, literally, as we are recording this episode, the plane has managed to break the 24-hour mark of non-stop flight, which is remarkable in aviation history.
Crazy. That is very, very remarkable indeed.
So there's things such as sustainable aviation fuel that airlines look at.
Yes.
What about electric aircraft?
Oh, well, I'm not an expert in that field, but would you want to tell me about the electric aircrafts and what they offer?
Well, I'm not looking for expertise, but let's just think opinions.
Oh.
Thinking in the future, what about 40, 50 years' time? Do you see humanity, instead of taking the car to the shops, do you think taking your electric helicopter?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I heard on the news, well, it wasn't recently to be fair, but it was like about the flying cars.
Yes.
So I was thinking that I'm not really sure whether that can be an affordable thing. However, that could start to implement in the next decade or so, or more than that, of course. So, I mean, that could be a potential transport.
So we're going to move on now from sustainability to Airbus versus Boeing.
Right.
Which manufacturer builds I hate to use an informal term, but better aircraft? So,
wow. Okay.
In your opinion, first of all, which manufacturer makes a better aircraft?
Oh, I think if we're going on sustainability and in terms of comfort, I would definitely think that Airbus is the way forward.
Airbus.
Yeah.
But also not just sustainability and comfort. Of course, those are factors in that as well. But what about long haul? Which one would be better for you?
Now you think about it in that way, I would say it depends. That's a good question. I mean, the A350 is a really, really, really nice and comfortable sort of aircraft. For instance, the Emirates have just done, wasn't it the Edinburgh to Dubai in their new Airbus A350-900? Yeah. So that's really, really nice.
Because they're transitioning away from the A380s.
Of course, yeah, that's it. So, yeah, I mean, that's a really nice move, I would say. And and that's the reason why I think the Airbus is more beneficial. I think it's more comfortable, whereas the Boeing aircraft can get a bit loud when you're on it. For example, like if you're trying to sleep, if you're trying to get some rest, a Boeing aircraft, a Boeing engine is probably not the best way to go forward. I think.
But both manufacturing companies, the two big ones, Airbus and Boeing, you can see the similarities between their aircraft. So, for example, the short haul flights is Airbus's A320 and A321, Boeing's 737. You've got the ultra long haul aircrafts, Airbus A350, like we were saying earlier, and
Yes,
also
exactly.
Boeing's 787, as well as 777 as well. And that brings me on to what do you think Airbus should be worried about with the new 777X?
Oh, not really sure on that question.
Do you think that the 777X could travel about the same distance as the new A350-1000 ULR?
Oh, I mean, it might have potential. I mean it could, but I guess the Boeing 777.
Absolutely, and also capacity as well. The airlines can make much more money as well. I was
Yes,
looking
of course.
I was looking the other day at how much profit each route will fly when Qantas Project Sunrise A350-1000 ULR flies. Anyway, which one, in your opinion, has the better passenger experience? You're talking earlier about the struggle to sleep on Boeing aircraft because they're generally more noisy.
That's it. That's it.
Is that just that, or do you think that's just even as simple as looking out the window?
Oh, I would say that the Airbus is generally more comfortable. I would say because well, as I said before, about the sustainability and about the noise levels, of course, and I would say that they are generally more like they're like tailored for comfort, if that makes sense. That they're like their seats are just more comfortable from my experience, to be fair. And yeah, I think it's more of a quieter, more sustainable, and just generally, I mean, the informal word of better, I would say. I mean, but obviously
absolutely.
people have different opinions. So
Now, personal question:
yeah,
which company would you rather fly on
okay. What are the choices?
out of Airbus and Boeing?
Okay. I think once again Airbus. I mean, Jet2, I would definitely want to go, want to fly on their Airbuses because the Boeings, I mean, they've had them, it's been, well, I think they've operated the Boeings for about 23 years, 25 years. So it's been a long journey with them. So it'll be nice to like go on something fresh, the Airbus Jet2. And well, of course, it's not just Jet2, of course, we're talking about budget airlines as a whole here. But yeah, I would just say that.
Okay, and finally, what company has the brighter future?
Oh, okay. Better future. Oh, I would have to go with Boeing.
Boeing.
Because more airlines I mean, not necessarily now.
Would you say
Now
that?
thinking about it, but I mean, in terms of the cargos,
Take
the
Jet2,
Boeings.
cargo's Boeings. What
Yes,
about
yeah,
passenger? Because, like we were saying earlier, Jet2 transitioning from the 737 to the A321.
yes. I mean, that's a very, very good changeover. I would say. So I would say, all in all, the Airbus is definitely preferred in terms of the better future, the better comfort,
So
and just better overall.
Airbus for passenger, Boeing for freight.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would say that. Yeah.
So now let's take a deeper dive into the A350-1000 ULR. We're
There we
talking about
go.
this because it is very new. In fact, like I said earlier, today was the day that they accomplished the over 24-hour mark. So let's take a look at Qantas Project Sunrise. It's been in the works for about 10 years now. Now, finally in 2026, they've finally accomplished it with passenger routes set to start in late 2027, the second part of 2027.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah.
Now, it was delayed, of course, during COVID, and I think it was COVID, was it?
I believe it was.
It was going to be earlier, but then there was something that happened. It may have been the limited supply of resources to build the aircraft.
Yeah.
But
that's valuable. Yeah.
There were several reasons why it was delayed. However, now It's finally finished. They're doing lots and lots of test flights. I mean, it's the
Yeah.
first aircraft to do such a thing as going from London to Sydney, which
Yes.
even 10 years ago sounded not accomplishable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Exactly.
insanity, right?
Yeah. I agree with you.
But now it's happening. It's happening now. Like I said, 2027 passenger routes. Before that, they've got a lot of safety tests to do.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's it.
to operate what will be the world's longest commercial route, London to Sydney non-stop, sorry, the flight time will be around 22 hours long. The distance of almost 10,000 nautical miles. This
Right.
is done by several reasons, by several clever ways,
Yeah.
but the main way they did it was to add an extra additional fuel tank
Right. All right.
in the at the rear center of the wide body jet. This enhances performance and adds an extra 1,000 nautical miles range.
Wow. Well, that's a lot.
Very impressive, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
That is very, very
Yeah.
impressive. I would say.
But I was also reading that on Airbus's website and also Qantas, I think, the Project Sunrise platform, that it'll carry less passengers, less passenger weight,
Right.
but the tickets are going to be quite expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, of course. Yeah.
Yes. So we've now reached the point where we're going to have a quick fire round.
Quick fire.
Quick
Right.
fire
I'm up for
round.
that. 100%.
So I'll ask you the questions first,
Okay.
and then you ask me the questions. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
By the way, we prepared just a insight of how this all happened. We've prepared everything. We've got on my iPad here. We've got all the little notes and rough script. We've got
That's it. Yeah.
yes and facts. So, ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Favorite aircraft?
Favorite aircraft. Okay. The Airbus A350-900.
Okay. Favorite airport?
Favorite airport. Okay. It has to be London Gatwick
Why?
because of the EasyJet aircrafts and because of the bridge.
Oh,
that
the
is,
bridge.
It is
that
so cool.
is-
It's such a
yeah. If you've ever been to London
interesting.
Gatwick, North Terminal.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think it's the North Terminal.
North Terminal.
That's it.
You can go over
Yeah.
the taxiway, and when there's a plane going under, it's truly a magical feeling.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, so you're an avid EasyJet fan.
Well, I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that EasyJet is one of my favorite airlines.
Good airline, yeah.
Yeah.
So window or aisle?
100% window.
Window, yes. I think I'll have to do the same as well.
Of course. Yeah.
Best airline you've flown with?
Oh, best airline. I think TUI for comfort
TUI's good.
and for the customer service too.
I
think it's
remember,
really nice.
back in 2023, I flew TUI to Austria and back.
Oh
and
yeah, I remember. that now.
Very, very comfortable.
Yes.
Mm.
Did you fly in one of the Boeing 787s?
We did actually,
Yeah,
because our
that's it.
plane, for some reason, we had to fly. It was from London to Salzburg, and we had to fly on a 787-9 Dreamliner, which was
Wow.
amazing. And I remember when we were landing at Salzburg Airport, all of the aviation fans in the local area running across the field to take a photo
really?
of it, because they
Right.
never saw such a wide body aircraft before
Well, of course.
land
yeah.
at Salzburg, because they usually only get like A321s.
Oh, of course.
737s,
Yeah. Oh,
A320s.
yeah. Only just the small ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wow.
if you were a pilot, which aircraft would you fly?
If I were to be a pilot, okay. The A380, because
The A380.
I just find it fascinating as such how the passengers and well, of course it's a tiered aircraft, so it'd be quite nice just to travel and then got all them different sort of things. So it's really I think I would like to fly on the A380.
Absolutely.
Just because of its thrill,
Okay. Favorite aircraft livery?
Favorite aircraft livery.
You could have retro liveries, current liveries. You could have special liveries like the Qatar Airways Formula One.
Oh, that's such a good question, and I have not prepared anything for that. Let me think.
Do you want to come back to it?
I think that's the best idea for now. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think is the most underrated airport?
Underrated airport. I think that Luton. I mean,
Luton.
it's got the rep to be like, oh my god, don't go there. It's rough. It's all this, but I actually quite enjoy it. I mean, like the
I
car
see what you mean.
like the car park is right next to the runway, so it's really nice to get that view. And also, I think it's just quite nice to be in
Mm.
like a small airport where you get to see different planes, and then obviously the gates aren't that far away, so it'd be quite nice to see the planes going.
And finally, what is the best deal you've come across?
Best deal
Yes, best deal.
in terms of the price, or
Mm.
okay,
Well, use the factors of price as the main one, but also quality as well.
quality. Okay,
A mix of
um,
things.
like in terms of like a flight,
Mm.
okay, um, I think there's a Ryanair flight from Stansted to Barcelona. I think
Mm.
that's right, for about £23, £25. I
Is
think
that
that's in
single or
like,
return?
I think that's single. I
Oh, I
think
see.
that's single like in May or June. So I think that's really,
Wow.
really nice
Yeah,
because
June.
yeah,
Yeah. So if any of you want to go on a quick flight over to Barcelona, yes,
there we go. Then
Barcelona. Look on the Ryanair website, or
yeah,
I would recommend looking on Skyscanner as well.
yes,
Have
that's
you
such a good app.
have you thought of favourite aircraft livery or?
Oh, oh, back to this question. The new Emirates one. I can't really describe it, but it's the one where it's oh, I know which one I'm talking about. It's the blue aircraft with
Ah,
like the
yes.
welcome. Is it welcome Dubai or is it hello?
Yes,
I
I
think
think
it's like
so.
welcome Dubai with like the air hostess like in the
Oh,
middle of the name, like
yes.
with all the different colours,
It's,
like the blue dots and the
I
white.
know the one you mean.
Yes,
When the air hostess was standing on the Burj Khalifa.
that I think we're on the same page.
Yeah,
Yes,
yes.
yeah.
Destination Dubai, I think. Was it?
That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh oh god. Yeah, destination
Yes.
Dubai it is. Yeah.
Okay. So, do you have any questions for me? We're gonna
Oh, any
transition over from the
questions?
presenter to the guest.
Okay, right. I've got this opportunity now. I better make the most of it. Okay, this is an interesting question that I thought of. Would you take a £5 flight if you had to stand all the way? Hmm.
Oh, could you? Depends where to, because obviously,
Yeah.
if it was a half an hour flight, then I mean, we're ignoring. I'm assuming all safety standards right here,
Yeah.
with because totally not acceptable. And is you have to be sitting on
Yeah.
a flight. But
Yeah. That's it.
if I was to stand, I mean, let's say for example, if you're going from Heathrow to Manchester or
Hmm.
even Stansted to Dublin,
Yeah.
I may okay maybe like up to Barcelona, and
Yeah.
that's the pushing limit there. But
Yeah.
maybe yes, not obviously long haul flights, but for
But of
five
course,
pounds, £5 is a great deal.
that really
I
is.
think so.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Do you think it's disrespectful to clap when the plane lands? Like, do you clap, or is it
Disrespectful.
disrespectful? Will people like stare at you and go, "Why are you clapping?" Or does it depend on some of the circumstances?
That is a good question. I
Mm,
think that it's unnecessary to clap. It's unnecessary to clap when the flight's been perfectly smooth.
yeah,
Let's say, for example, when if you're clapping and it's been a rough, like lots of turbulence, it's got a strong headwinds and you have to
yeah,
crosswind, and the pilots had to go round a couple of times
yeah,
to land the aircraft. I think that if it was well done, that required some skill. Sure,
yeah,
it would be nice to clap, only for a short period of time,
yeah.
because you don't want to
Of
just
course.
distract the pilots as well. Because even on the ground, you have
Mm,
to be. It's a big responsibility.
of course.
But I think
Yes.
it may not. It's unnecessary to clap if the if you've had a smooth plane ride. If it's
Yeah.
all been fine, nothing's wrong. Perfect, perfect conditions.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do agree with you. Okay, I've got one final question,
One
which I
final
think is at the
question.
top of my list. Um, do you think that selecting your seat is worth the money? Like,
Selecting your
they do
seat.
get expensive from time to time, especially if you want to go for like the extra legroom seats, for instance. Do you think
Yes,
it's worth it, or do you think you would just rather be allocated a seat from, by the airline, let's say?
I think it's got its areas. Again, you have to think in perspective. Is it long haul or short haul?
Yeah,
You wouldn't really want to be in a middle aisle seat next to two strangers for I don't know, even 8 hours. You know,
Oh yeah, that would be quite challenging.
if it's a short hop, uh, uh, nationally across the country, sure, or
Yeah.
maybe just going, I don't know, from let's say Edinburgh to Oslo, yeah,
Yes, of course.
just a
Yeah.
random route there. But I guess it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But on a long haul flight, I don't know, London to Japan,
Oh.
Tokyo, or New York to Singapore,
Yeah, that's
you
it. That's
definitely
it.
not want to be next to two strangers, really, or at least I wouldn't, and I assume you wouldn't either.
Oh no, no,
Be next to
definitely
two
not.
strangers in a middle aisle seat. I would really want to choose
Mm.
my seat. But so I think it's got its place to choose the seat.
Yeah, I
Yeah. So
agree.
I personally would choose the seat, but depending on if it was long haul or not, I think anywhere
Yeah.
above 2 hours.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, I do agree with you on that point. Okay. Are they all my questions? Oh, I've got a burning one. Okay. What is one thing you would ban from flights if you had the opportunity to speak to a member,
Oh,
a leader of higher authority, and if you had to say one thing you have to ban, what
one
would it be and why?
one thing that is a really good question.
I've just thought of that.
One thing to ban from flights. Let me think about that.
Yes.
Just a quick advertising break in between. If you have any questions about this regarding your experiences on flights, or just questions about aviation in general, or any transport related topics to talk about, please email if you want questions, inquiries at transittalks.org, or just want to suggest a topic, please email hello@transittalks.org. Also check out the websites for the new episodes, videos, and blogs releasing,
Yeah.
and to keep up to date with what we are doing here.
Yeah, definitely
And
keep up to date.
just to say thank you if you're watching this for watching. It really helps us out, and hope to see you back soon.
Of course.
Okay, one thing I would ban from flights would
Mm,
probably be, I would say, alcohol.
that's the thing I was going to
Yeah,
say too. Yeah.
alcohol. Only because it's a safety thing. One thing.
Yes,
Um,
of course.
in If you are sensible and drink it, which most, like probably 99% of people are,
Yeah.
and drink it like a glass or two, sure. And if you're on a long haul flight and you want to just relax a bit, get
Yeah.
and or let's say, for example, commonly in first class and business class, they give you a complimentary bottle of champagne or
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
any alcoholic beverage of that sort. But I
Yes.
think that on budget airlines, and that you see this usually going round, it's not really necessary to have a drink of alcohol. And
Yeah.
maybe airlines should have non-alcoholic drink options. I remember I went on the Eurostar last month, and they had I think it was a garden mix non-alcoholic cocktail.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow.
No alcohol, very nice. Eurostar's own brand. So I think airlines should encourage that more
Yeah.
instead, because you read about all these incidents of
Mm.
passengers being disruptive. They had to land
Yes.
at a different airport because it was unsafe. So maybe
Yeah, that's
just,
right.
as uncommon as it sounds, happens every now and then. So I
Yeah.
think, yeah, ban alcohol of flights.
And I definitely do agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions, or
I do not think so. I think they're all my questions
I
that
think we
I've
were
thought
done.
with. Wow. Well, that was great.
Yeah.
It was an absolute pleasure to be on your
Thank you.
podcast.
Thank you.
And yeah.
And just to say, I just would like to ask, do you have the next question for the next guest on the podcast? So the next
Okay.
guest, whoever I interview next, will have this question, ideally transport related.
Transport related. Oh. This is quite of a simple question.
Yeah.
But then, would you prefer to travel from Cambridge to London via train or bus?
Well,
So, yeah.
whoever the next guest is will have that question. Alfie, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.